For the record, I don't make my kids do this stuff. He just totally said he wanted to vacuum. Yeah, you're doing good, bud.
I want to carry vacuum.
So people keep asking me if I'm going to do like this daily vlogger type thing, and I'm not, purely because my life is just not interesting enough. My boys make it very interesting, but let's face it, some of that should be left at home. And then people also ask me if I'm going to use this platform to just rant about political issues or religious issues or just, social issues in general. No. However, I feel like it needs to be addressed that these things that happen in Nice, France, and all throughout the world, I mean, we keep seeing this. We open up our Twitter feed, our Instagram feed, and it's just completely full of all kinds of junk that happen throughout the world. And there's no need for that type of thing. If the people of the world could just embrace each other with love, I feel like love is the difference maker that none of us are grasping towards. We're all just in it for ourselves. And so because of pride, because of anger, because of all this hatred, stuff like this happens. But it doesn't need to happen. If we could just, again, embrace each other with love. Love is the difference maker. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, we're trying to see how much we can accomplish for ourselves without actually realizing we've done nothing for somebody else. Isn't that the greatest love of all? Setting aside our own agendas and asking ourselves, what can we do for others? How can I make somebody else's life better? Anyway, again, I don't mean to rant. I just don't like injustice. Really, so much of this stuff, I mean, if we look at it, man, it's just embarrassing, really, to a generation. It's infuriating. It's just embarrassing. Haven't we as people, can we just raise the standard a little bit? Just a quick day today in the office. Headed home just to stop to the post office. I'm not doing this while I'm driving. I'm stopped right now. (7:29 p.m. Friday. I was really stoked because this week I get the chance to unbox and unveil a new Garmin Verb XE, and it's really cool, and I really wanted to use it and get a feel for it so I could compare it with the old one, because the old one I thought was magnificent. I thought the design of it was great. I thought the usability, if that's a word, I thought that was great. And so now having the new one, I wanted to compare. And so I thought I'd take just 2 minutes or more and tell what I really think about the differences. Now, I love Garmin over GoPro, yes. And I love that for the fact that all my GPS data is right there. So if I wanted to sync that in one button click, whatever, I can do that. It's there. And so it's great. I love the design of it. I love the functionality of it. That's probably the word that I was looking for earlier. However, if you're a GoPro person, that's cool. I'm not saying that you should get one over the other, but what I am saying is I love Garmin, I love the Verb and everything that Garmin does. So one of the things that I use the Verb for most is being a photographer. I love to take sunrise and sunset pics. And so I love the time-lapse mode on the Verb and how easy it is to use. Now the old one was great. I could just set my interval and go. And the new one, you can do that as well. I just thought the uploading was a little bit different, but I got that squared away and I think that's fine. But check this out. One major thing that I noticed right off is the fact that there's no little screen to show me what I'm shooting. It's not a huge deal, it's not a big deal because I just sync my phone to the Wi-Fi and I can see real time what I'm looking at, except for time lapse. But I don't mind that, but I just liked it that I could see what I was looking for or looking at on the older version. The other thing I really liked about the older one, the Garmin Verb Elite, was the design. I thought the design was really great. This design, it kind of looks like the GoPro, and that's fine. But I loved the design, the sleek and almost aero design of the Garmin Elite, the Verb Elite. Now this one is just a little bit more boxy. I mean, maybe less aerodynamic. One last thing that I noticed really a big difference on was my battery life. I think I got close to 3 hours battery life with the Garmin Verb Elite. This one I've gotten about 1 hour and 15 minutes, I think, max. We'll see what we get tonight. Overall, in my opinion, given the choice between the two, if you're going to spend the $400 or $350, whatever it is, on an action cam, in my opinion, the Garmin Verb XE is just far more superior, especially if you're somebody like me and you love to track your GPS data and plug that in and compare that with even old GPS data. Garmin is definitely the way to go. I love it. It's great stuff. Really good stuff.